Good morning, everyone. I really don't know how I can follow my distinguished colleagues up here, but I'll do my best. You know, Boston has a nickname. It's known as the Hub. And who would have ever thought that over the last 10 years, the Hub would become a dangerous place and an influential place for an Islamist network throughout all of New England. We suspect that what we have found in Boston and what we have experienced in Boston can be and probably is being replicated across the country. Let me give you a couple of examples. The bishop mentioned Yusuf al-Qaradawi. He's one of the founding board members of the Islamic Society of Boston, affectionately known as the Roxbury Mosque. And you can see him with 3 clicks of your mouse. With 3 clicks of your mouse, you can see him urging throngs in Cairo to kill every one of my people. We Jews been through this before. Or on his TV show explaining that not only Jews, but gays must be killed, either by throwing them off rooftops or by stoning. We Jews have seen this before. Matter of fact, in Judaism, it's very simple. When somebody says that they want to kill you, believe them. The founder of the ISB's Seed Mosque in Cambridge, Abdullah Rahman Alamuri, was sentenced to 23 years for trafficking funds to Al-Qaeda. 23 years. Since 9/11, you can go to the ISB's website. You know what you'll find there? You'll find a lesson posted on how to beat your wife. Here's another one. 13 leaders and worshipers of the ISB-CC and its sister mosque in Cambridge have been either imprisoned, killed by law enforcement, or declared fugitives by our government, fugitives from the law because of their support for terrorism. And I'll get a little bit personal with this. Y'all remember Ahmad Abu Samra, the social media director for ISIS, Daesh, graduated from the high school in my town in 1999. And indeed, researchers in Boston with whom I have a very close relationship, Americans for Peace and Tolerance, have captured and analyzed the curriculum that's used at the ISB to radicalize the historically moderate Muslim community in New England. And the bishop isn't the only one who has Muslims in his family. I have them too. And the Muslims in my family, while we, of course, disagree on certain theological issues, are as moderate as they come. I'm telling you guys, everything I've told you is fully documented, fully footnoted right in this dossier. It's available for you outside. I brought 50 of them with me. You can take them at your pleasure and read. But I want you to know something. From my experience, this is not what most frightens me. I'll tell you what frightens me more. The fact that all this information is available to a small rabbi in the bowels of Massachusetts. It's available to me. In English, it's available. You don't have to spend years learning Arabic like I did. It's available in English. All of this is out there in plain sight of Boston's, what I would call willfully ignorant media. And worse, the ISB has worked its way into a full-blown partnership of interfaith dialogue with the city's religious, cultural, and political leadership. So much so that Senator Elizabeth Warren and Boston Mayor Marty Walsh led a rally at this mosque against hatred, sort of a slap against Donald Trump. A number of us who are speaking to you this morning signed a petition, a letter to them asking them not to do this, to no avail. Accompanying them were a number of the city's mainstream Christian and Jewish religious leaders and congregants, the same ones who condemned me and censured me after my November program, which featured wonderful people like Frank Gaffney, General Boykin, Michelle Bachmann, and Tom Trento. This, though leaders and preachers from the mosque have taught hateful things about my people, about homosexuals, about women, about democracy, all the things you've already heard this morning. The very groups and concepts that these progressives claim to champion. And despite the efforts to get this research into the hands of others, to turn over documents, checks, emails, sermons, videos, demonstrating what's happening internally, the ISB and its associated mosques. What you'll find in the Boston media is people like me being savaged and glowing articles about Qarazawi and Abu Samra and whatnot. Something that was just published yesterday. Americans for Peace and Tolerance unearthed this. They have the best researchers in New England. They unearthed and published a video revealing that when politicians leave and the cameras are off and the media cameras are no longer rolling, the ISB Mosque serves as a forum for supporters of convicted al-Qaeda terrorists who use the mosques to call for jihad against America, jihad against Jews, jihad against Christians, and demand that Muslims fight to bring this nation, quote, to its knees, close quote. Our group, Faith Leaders for America, we're here to do two things, just two things, at least in my mind. And I'm telling you, I'm a nobody. But this I know, two things. We have to help to explain the actual danger posed by radical Islamic operations in our midst and the willful blindness of our elites who have joined the Islamists in blaming us and whitewashing us. What could be a more urgent and a more blessed mission than this for clergy? You know what our job is? Our job is very simple. Our job is to bring the truth. Just because people want to hide their heads in the sand does not obviate us from that mission.